In this video, I'm going to talk about what the outlook actually looks like for the remaining year of 2022 for senior housing. So if you're interested, make sure to stick around. What's going on, everyone? I hope you're all doing well. If you're new here, my name is Serg. Welcome to the channel. To all my reoccurring viewers, thank you so much for all the love and support that each and every single one of you have shown me. And if you have not yet, make sure to go check out Legion Assisted Living Academy, where I teach how to start your own residential assisted living from A to Z. Also, if you're interested, you can check out the mentorship link down below. It is for a half hour, so it'll cost $150. If you're interested, that link is down below. Also, if you have not yet, make sure to check out valleyalfventures.com. You can also follow us on Instagram at valleyalfventures, and you can go on the website and submit if you want to be a limited partner in any of our deals that you may potentially be interested in. So make sure to submit a questionnaire on there, and we will be reaching out to you personally through email and some form of text. So make sure to do that. And also, if you are an operator looking to potentially lease with the option to purchase at a later date and own the real estate, we do offer that opportunity. So if you're an operator here in the Arizona location, make sure to reach out to us as well. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into the topic of this video. Now, a lot of you have been probably wondering, is senior housing still on the rise? Is it still in a good, healthy trend going up? And that is what I'm going to talk about. So I'm going to jump over here on a screen share and show you guys exactly what's going on within the senior housing space, and if it's still worth getting into just even investing in it, or being an operator and having your own assisted living. So let's kind of jump through here. First, we're going to jump here on Lument, and the first thing that we'll see here is that this was actually written in February of this year. So when you guys are watching this, it was earlier this year. It wasn't necessarily like 2 months ago or a month ago from when you're watching this video, but it is kind of interesting. The first headline here is senior housing occupancy begins the road to recovery, which I did talk in a previous video that occupancy rates are starting to increase post-pandemic, which is very good. I mean, that's something that we like to see and will continue to help. So as you can see here, it dropped down to about 81%, so 80.8% at the end of 2020, to 81.6%, and it increased in the fourth quarter of 2021 to 81.6%. Fueling the occupancy rate rise was record absorption, the change in occupied units of over 24,000 in 2021. While the occupancy rate is still low, it has a way to go to reach pre-pandemic levels. The turnaround in 2021 was welcome news to many industry participants, which is very true. So I did talk about this, and it's really good to see that it continues to go up, as well as, so they continue to say here, as 2022 progresses, we can expect further occupancy gains for senior housing operators. The tailwinds noted above are imminent and substantial and should help mitigate continuing challenges posed by emerging COVID variants. So that it's really good to see that the numbers are starting to increase from an occupancy standpoint, which ultimately, if you're an operator, that's really good. That's what you want to be seeing. If you're an investor who's leasing anything to any operators, that's also another thing you want to be looking at, and making sure that your operators are going to be able to actually get the rates that they need to get. Another good news, and what's going on within the industry, is the average monthly rate, also known as the AMR, is increasing as well. And as you can see here, they have average monthly rent growth, revenue per occupied room growth performed well in 2021. Data shows that the average monthly rate was $4,342 in Q4 of 2021, and up from $4,218 in Q4 of 2020. In addition, year over year, rent growth accelerated. We can see here that it accelerated in 2021 compared to 2020. Rent growth was also 2.4% in Q4 of 21, a faster growth rate than the 1.7% posted in Q4 of 2020. Now, with that being said, though, as you can see here, they have it rising in 2022 even more. So should continue to improve in 2022 as rising occupancy rates should provide operators with further pricing power. So what they're saying is as long as we're continuing to increase and get those occupancy rates higher, we should be able to increase our rates. So for all the operators who are out there who are maybe scared that increasing their rates will ultimately affect their business, it won't. It will actually, the fact that the occupancy rates are starting to increase and the demand is there and families are more comfortable moving their loved ones into these facilities, you're better off actually increasing those rates in order to keep up with the cost of goods and inflation. And then they go on to say here, occupancy rises across skilled nursing. Well, skilled nursing doesn't really, there's really not much correlation. It's a completely different industry in the sense of what they actually provide. But the thing is, the challenge is on the labor front. This is where most operators have probably the biggest challenges, is honestly labor. And so they have here, they kind of go into what's going on with the labors, with caregivers, nurses, etc. But you can see here assisted living employees, assisted living wages in gray. You can see that it's starting to increase. It's starting to go higher and higher. And then you can see here in the darker blue right here, this line, assisted living employees is going further down. So even though wages are being increased, less and less people are willing to work in this industry. And that's, I know they specifically talk about skilled nursing facilities, but it does trickle into assisted living facilities as well. And so that is probably one of the bigger challenges that's going to be faced. And the reality is that the demand is going to increase tremendously. But will we have enough people and enough employees to be able to actually sustain this demand? Time will tell, but I think that's where the biggest challenge is really going to be. And as we go through here, they say pricing remains strong. So new senior investment group for blah, let's kind of go through here. The cap rates, I mean, from a real estate standpoint, the cap rates are still pretty compressed, depending on if you're looking at big box facility versus like residential assisted living. Residential assisted living still has very favorable cap rates. You're able to actually get a way higher cap rate than what you're most likely seeing in any other industry within the real estate aspect. Now, that's a good thing and a bad thing because investors come in thinking, well, that we could take the NOI from what that business is making to give us this cap rate for what we're purchasing this real estate for. And oftentimes it is pretty skewed. So be very, very careful if you're an investor looking to get in this industry to make sure that you do the proper due diligence when you're looking at this. But with that being said, they have this other article here from Senior Housing News. This was written, I forget when this one was written. Right here, January 23rd. This was in January. Occupancy expectations. Interesting here. So seniorhousingnews.com put the Q4 senior housing occupancy rate was 81%, although represents great progress. It is 6.4 percentage points below its pre-pandemic level, she pointed out. In my view, to think that you're going to get that 6.4 percentage increase in 2022, I don't think it's realistic. Then again, maybe we don't get right away to where we were pre-pandemic. It is a good sign that we are increasing. As she goes through here, she is doubtful that the pre-pandemic level will be reached in 2023, given that not only will vacant units have to be filled, but new supply has to come into the market since 2022 will have to be absorbed. That is very true. And that's a very good point, is that there were people who just either gave up, sold their houses and just quit the business completely. So that will need to be absorbed at some point. And so I could see where we don't necessarily hit those pre-pandemic numbers, even potentially in the first 2 quarters of next year. But time will tell. She goes on to say here, But when you put it all together, it's going to be into 2023. He said of the sector as a whole, posting pre-pandemic occupancies. So for all the people who are worried, maybe thinking that, is senior housing still a very good opportunity to get into? It is, and it is going to continue to recover probably better than a lot of other industries. And I'm excited to see kind of what happens from here on out, and where there's going to be a lot more different improvement. There's a lot of new people coming within the industry who are showing some serious potential, and to be able to show some serious change than how the business has been running and the industry has been functioning in the last 20 years. So I'm excited to definitely see how that plays out. But regardless, though, I am definitely optimistic of where this industry continues to go and what's continuing to happen. And with that being said, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to like, comment, and share, and continue to watch all these other videos that pop up above me. Make sure to go check out all the links down in the description. You can find the mentorship link. You can find Legion Assisted Living Academy and Valley ALF. And with that being said, I appreciate all the love and support, and I will talk to you all in the next one.